Welcome to Warriors Abyss. I am Rogue Dubs. We have a very special video here today for you guys. This is going to be the Ultimate Beginner Guide video. Shout out to community member Whole Train, who had this idea when he watched my Ultimate Build Guide video. He said, I think you could have done a better job on that for beginners. So that was the seed of this video, and I feel that after the new update adding Ryu Hayabusa, probably a lot of new players to the game. Maybe you're watching it right after that. Maybe you're watching it when they add it on Game Pass, hopefully, at some point in the future. Or down the line at some point when this game is even more fleshed out. There's even more going on with it. So that is the purpose of this video. An introduction to the game. If you've not noticed, I am playing on a new profile. I want this to be as beginner-friendly as possible. So this is what you are seeing when you first start up the game. We don't have anything unlocked, really. We've got the characters that you start with. I completed the basic tutorial at the beginning here. Go over a couple things here in the opening, and then we will do a run just to show you kind of what it looks like for someone that's experienced with the game, and show you as well that even someone that's experienced is going to fail, which is a big kind of point of this beginner guide video, is to not be afraid of failure, but we're going to get to that. Let's start out with just talking about what we're looking at when we're here trying to decide who to play, right? So we've got Guan Yu here. So we've got a couple things to look at first. Ease of use, 4 stars. This is generally, I would say, a good thing to look at as far as which characters are easy and which are hard to use. I would say it's more or less correct. There's a couple weird ones in there, but 4-star Guan Yu now I think is correct. He used to be a little slow, but they have fixed that with the update. So I'd say 4-star is correct. Looking at the stats here, if you've played an RPG game before, it's probably pretty self-explanatory, but we have got 150 health, 390 attack with that bicep there, 210 defense, 105 speed, how fast we move. So pretty basic there, how much health you have, how hard you hit, how much damage you take, and how fast you are. Cumulative level. So cumulative level is something that gets added to your character at the end of each run and accumulates as you use that specific character more and more. And then you're going to get buffs to that character every 50 levels. So right now, everyone's at 0, so we're not going to get any buffs until we hit level 50. Cumulatively with all of them. So if you get to level 25 at least, you're going to need to have 2 runs to get a boost. Traversal kind of changes that a little bit, but we're not going to talk about that in this video. This is only for beginners. Now we've covered cumulative level and the stats. Let's look at player hero traits up here in the top right. So Guan Yu has War God. Increase attack by 5% for every Brave General emblem. Now, what does that mean? What does Brave General mean? If we tab over to Possessions on Guan Yu, we see that he has his emblems, his starting emblems of Vigor, the Fist, the Shield for Strength, and Fire. Love the hand gestures there for Fire for his starting emblems. And he also has Shu, which is his faction. If you're familiar with the games, he's in the Shu faction of Dynasty Warriors. He has Brave General, 5 Shu Tigers, and Might. So those different cards can have different effects depending on which characters you use in your run and how they're activated. So that means he starts with 5% attack. If he finds Zhao Yun, another 5% attack. So that's Brave General. If he finds Zhang Fei, another 5%. Zhu Rong, also Brave General. Brave General is a very common emblem. So you can see with Guan Yu, you can get quite a lot of Brave General attack from that Brave General trait there. His second one bestows you with an invulnerability for 3 seconds after you get hit by an enemy. Self-explanatory. So every character has got some traits, 1 or 2, and then when you unlock their unique weapon, which we don't have for anyone, they'll have some additional traits. So we'll talk about unique weapons a little bit later, but those are the basics when you're first starting out. Let's talk a little bit about actions as well. It's something that Whole Train was very insistent on me explaining better, because I actually did not understand this attack chain, how it worked, until he explained it to me. So Once again, shout out Whole Train. We're looking here at the normal attack plus charge attack chain for Guan Yu. So what this means is XY, XXY, XXXY are different attacks. If you know Dynasty Warriors, you're familiar with that mechanic. If you don't, now you know. There's different attacks depending on when you stop your X chain combo with a Y charge attack. But the important thing is those second and sometimes third Y buttons on the chain. That is the summon. So that's why it looks like that. So it goes X, Y, and then the Y is the summon. Now, you may be noticing there is a linked Y right at the beginning. That's the YY. So Dynasty Warriors characters have something called X attacks, EX attacks. You need to have 8 skill emblems, which are that one that Zhao Yun has, the little cut there, like a slash. You need 8 of those to activate the X attacks for Dynasty Warriors characters. And a lot of people overlook, myself included when the game first came out, that a lot of characters have a YY attack that buffs themselves. It makes them stronger. So if you don't see a second, like for instance, Zhu Rong has 2 X attacks. She's got one off the 1 and one off the 4. Zhang Fei, Zhao Yun, and Guan Yu all don't only have 1, it looks like. That's because their X attack is on their Y. So you do YY, and then that gives them a special buff. Dian Wei has the same thing. So don't forget about that YY that gives you usually an attack buff or an attack speed buff. It's usually very, very strong. So that's an important thing to remember with Dynasty Warriors characters in particular. Something that I've mentioned during the Ultimate Guide video, and it's very important for beginners to know too, that you want to unlock those X attacks. And then don't forget, with some characters, sometimes it's YY. Without pressing any X at all is the most important attack. We are now going to move on here before we get started with Whole Train's picks for the best characters to use for beginners. And we're also going to discuss unique tactics briefly. He had 5 for Dynasty Warriors and 5 for Samurai Warriors. We're going to start on the Samurai Warriors side. We moved over here to the Hall of Bonded Souls. This is, of course, where you unlock new characters. So we're going to spend a little bit of time in here discussing the best characters to use when you're first starting out. I think it's a great idea, and I appreciate Whole Train for bringing that to our attention and making a suggestion. So let's get started with that. So honorable mention number 1, and I love this. This is was Whole Train's pick for honorable mention for Samurai, Yoshimoto Imagawa. I absolutely agree here. He is, if you know the games, for most of them, he's a very silly guy. He's ridiculous. You may be thinking this is like a meme that we're saying this, but this guy is an absolute beast. His moveset is super fun. He flies around all the time. He gets plus 50% charm emblems, which means that basically every other charm emblem he gets an additional one. And charm is the strongest emblem in the game, which we'll talk about a little bit more later. But this guy is worth getting, and he's really, really good. So honorable mention for Samurai Yoshimoto. Number 5 on Whole Train's list, Yoshihiro Shimazu. This is one that we kind of differ on a little bit. I like Shimazu, but he wanted to make sure that he mentioned that this buff in danger zones is really nice for new characters, and I honestly could really see that. I mean, I think that danger zones, they're attacking more often, they're hitting harder. There's new kind of enemy variants in there. It's nice to have that extra punch in your stats in those danger zones. He's got some crazy emblems too. His moveset's pretty strong, just a little bit slow for me, but I see why he's included as a good character for new people to use from Whole Train. So another one that I agree with, but I mean, it's a little bit of a difference between us, but that's what makes this game great. We've all got differences for people that we like. Number 4 for Whole Train, Magoichi Saika, and I love this pick. He has some of the strongest attacks or traits in the game. He gets a 30% attack increase for level bosses, which is just so good when you're first starting out. Starts with 2 skill, gets you moving up that skill tree, which is now really, really strong. He's got Brave General. He's got Toyotomi. You've got a lot of good stuff going for him. He's not unlocked from the start. Both those guys are not. Saika is here, and Yoshihiro is he's up here somewhere. He's right here. So it's gonna take a while to get Yoshihiro, but I love the Magoichi pick for sure. Number 4, Magoichi. Number 3 for Whole Train was Mature Yukimura Sanada. If you've watched any of my videos, if you know the channel, not going to hear any argument from me. This is the best character in the game. It's either him or Ryu Hayabusa. Strongest moveset in the game. His traits are crazy. He gets a random emblem every 6 levels, and he gets 50% attack toward burn. Those are both good enough to win the game. MYS is remarkable. Mentioning this, I'm going to mention this now because of where we're at on the tree. When you're first starting the game, your goal is to unlock characters, because you'll see here on the right, our max level, or it moves when I move it, I'll just put the cursor on. The max level for us is level 15 at the start, and that's tough. You're going to need to be level about 30 or so, max level to clear the game. You can do it a little bit earlier than that, but max level 15 is tough. You're probably going to crash out in like the Glacial Wilds at some point. That's probably when we do our run later. You also see we have plus 0 health, plus only 1% attack, and plus 0% defense. So every character you unlock, you see Zhonghui here, he gives us plus 1% attack. You actually can see here the emblems of what they actually level up for you. So you're going to raise your max level unlocking characters, and you're going to get better stats. So this is a true roguelite. You need to unlock the characters to have a really good chance of winning and to make the game easier for you. That being said, let's move on to number 2 for Whole Train and Samurai. Nobunaga, also not unlocked at the start. He's not as far away, but he is up here. So he has got 7% attack for every Oda emblem, which there are a lot of Oda. His movesets are very strong. He starts with skill and charm, which are great emblems. He has, on his charge 4, Whole Train mentioning here to be sure, he has, it charges him up, and then he does a corkscrew attack through people. It's got the game a specific tip for him because he's such a unique character, but for good reason. He's usually a very strong character in the game, and he is the strongest character at the moment. One of the stronger characters to use as a new player for sure would be Nobunaga. I agree with that. And then number 1, and kind of spoiler here, this is who we're going to use on my run, is Kenshin Uesugi. Number 1, Kenshin's probably number 1 overall for new people. I would say, like, brand new first run, Kenshin would be the pick in my opinion. It's because of this trait, his 2 traits. Increased attack for summon heroes by 20%, crazy, and he gets 50% total vigor emblems. Whole Train and I recorded this video, we recorded our discussion a while ago on this. I took the notes on it, that is, and vigor wasn't even as good as it is now. It's way better now. You get up to 80% attack bonus, and they made the slashing strikes that come out even stronger. Hopefully we'll be able to show that off a little bit with Kenshin. I'm not sure, but definitely a great one to check for Kenshin here. I'm gonna do one Rogue Dubs pick. Okay, my pick for new players is Naomasa I. Naomasa E. It's E. It's 2 I's, which I always got wrong growing up. But his trait is 5% for every Tokugawa. There's not that many Tokugawa emblems. It's tough. His moveset is just so fun. I think if you start off having Naomasa E, you're gonna just love the game. His moveset is one of the most fun in the game to use. He only costs 300 Karma Embers. Buy him and use him, and just see what I mean. He's so fun. He's one of those, every button you press is fun characters. So I'll do one Dubs pick in each of these. So let's move on to Dynasty Warriors. So honorable mention from Whole Train was Zuchu here. He has traits of getting 50% more strength emblems, which is the defense. Very strong for new people, helps you survive more, live more attacks. Whole Train is saying once you get his weapon, he's really crazy, which I agree with. But the bonus strength emblems is fine. The weapon is the thing that gives him bonus attack. But once you get that X attack, when you press Y, he becomes a rolling bowling ball, and it's just so hard to stop him. He's a very strong character, and once again, both honorable mentions, Zuchu and Imagawa, people that normally people underestimate, but don't in this game. They're really, really good. Like genuinely very, very good. Number 5 for Whole Train, Zhao Yun. He is the poster boy of the games. He was made even better in the patch notes for this game of the recent update. His traits are great too. He gets 5% bonus attack every shoe emblem. He cuts a second from summon cooldown time when you inflict shock on enemies, which is nuts. I forgot to mention when I was actually on the map here, because that reminded me. I think that you should start on this left-hand side of the map. Start getting way people. Pick up Imagawa. Keep pushing on this way. Go for Uchiyasu Hojo. Let's talk about unique tactics a little bit. Let's break it up a bit. Let's talk about unique tactics. Unique tactics, Uchiyasu Hojo, colors of the 5 forces. So this is something where you would pick up Uchiyasu Hojo on your run. And we'll explain that when we get there. But his unique tactic is colors of the 5 forces. He increases attack by 100%. Here's for heroes with the Brave General emblem when attacking barriers. So barriers is something that is unique to elite enemies and also bosses. It's important for bosses. So barrier damage is one of the things that you really need to find in your run. And Uchiyasu Hojo is the thing that you're looking for, the guy you're looking for to increase barrier damage, and most consistently with Brave Generals in particular. So you need to find 2 Hojo and 5 Brave Generals. 2 Hojo is the kind of the challenge. It's only him, Kai, and Kotaro Fuma. Kotaro Fuma is here. Kind of tough. Kai is here. So what I would say is get Kai as you work your way up the left side. Grab Kai so you have her for Hojo. And that way you have barrier damage unlocked with unique generals, or with Brave Generals. And then as you're pushing up here to the left, you'll see why again we're doing that. We're looking for, we got Lugu up here, MYS, Hayabusa. You want to access this top left quadrant. This is where the money is, so to speak. This is where you're getting good stuff. And Motonori Mori is right here too, who has one of the best neutral attack buffing things. He gives you 5% attack points for every charm emblem. He needs 10 charm, but that's really, really strong. So go ahead and go up the left-hand side. Grab Kai on your way right here. Grab all the way that you can. And focus on way. Focus on taking the way people to help you on your path. So we broke it up a little bit there to talk about that. Let's go on to Lubu. Lubu was number 4 for Whole Train. Obviously, I mean he's one of the strongest characters in all games. He makes your defeating enemies explode, which is not many people have that. It's a really strong trait. He charges Muso when you inflict shock on enemies. His Muso is extremely strong. This is a good time to talk about too that you can use your Muso a lot in this game. You may be trying to hold on to it, save it. Don't worry about it. You're going to charge the Muso a lot. Go ahead and use it. Use it when it's charged up. Don't wait till you're in trouble. Just use it. Get in a crowd of people. Use it. So that's Lubu. Takes a while to get Lubu, obviously. He's all the way up here. 5,000 Karma Members is a lot. But this would be one that I would target early is South South. Was number 3 for Whole Train. I agree wholeheartedly with this. He has got 5% attack every way emblem and makes it more likely for way emblems to appear in Crystal Saplings. So he lets you enable all the way stuff. He lets you get everything online a lot faster. His starting emblems are great. His moveset is pretty good. It's just an intuitive, to Whole Train's point was it's very intuitive to use him. And I agree with that. So Cao Cao at number 3. Moving on here to Guan Yu, number 2 for Whole Train. At the time, I would have kind of pushed back on this a little bit, but now he's been changed. He's been made much stronger with the update. They sped him up. So I agree now that he is worth it for new people to use. That Brave General attack bonus is very easy to get, a lot of it, and it's really, really strong. So Guan Yu is a good one here. The invulnerability as well. Don't forget about that YY attack when you have his 8 skill. And then number 1 for Whole Train, and I would say for me as well, probably number 1 right next to Kenshin as best people to use for a new player would be Zhang Fei. His traits here increase attack by 50% toward enemies with Disorient. So Disorient is the status infliction that wind creates. So if someone is afflicted by the wind status infliction Disorient, they already have lower defense. So then you're doing more damage to them on top of that. His moveset is pretty good. He feels very fun to use. He's got Brave General, Shu, and Might, which all have great new things to be added in the game, that have been added to the game to make them even stronger. He's just a very fun, great character to use. The dubs pick for who to start out with is Jahadun. My personal favorite character probably in Dynasty Warriors would be Jahadun. He gets 5% attack for every way emblem. He charges Muso when he inflicts wound. His moveset is very satisfying. It feels very punchy. It feels good. It's intuitive. It's just a big sword, you know? And his Muso is strong too. Jahadun is who started my channel. That's the first video I ever did with Jahadun. Wouldn't be right to not include him. And I think he's very good for new people too. But with that being said, we're going to go to the Great Hall. We're going to get right into it with Kenshin Uesugi. So we're going to talk about some things as they come up here, as relates to emblems. So, okay, this is great that we got this. So, this speed emblem, giving us 1 level of speed, gives you invulnerable evade, which you can always press X to toggle information so you can see more, or square, I guess. It makes you invulnerable while evading, which is very, very good. And it means that you are obviously not going to take damage while you're evading. For the first boss, this is absolutely crucial to have. We're going to have a few little tutorials that come up here. Alright, so he's summoning the first crystal sapling, which is how you form an alliance with a new character. Yeah. Yes, I understand. So you can look in the bottom right at the battle power increase. I'm personally not going to look at it. I'm going to take Ina here. All right. So you see across the bottom when it lights up like that, we can summon Ina by pressing X and then Y and then holding Y to summon her. That's all it means, really, is you summon her, they do their attack. In her case, it is April Showers, which is a rain of arrows. There are some that are very strong. Cleaving Blade and Soaring Blade are very strong. Dazzling Bullets as well. Those are the standouts as far as damage goes, as well as clearing. So with Kenshin, we're going to go here to look at the Vigor tree. One thing to keep in mind, too, You can either press X to continue or Y to view heroes. So you can see we only have 4 Vigor characters because we only have 4 unlocked. So we're going to get to pretty soon the point where we have all of the characters in a specific tree because we're so early in the game. All right, so they're going to tell us how to summon here. I already told you guys that. So, okay, Kitchen's too strong. We cleared the tutorial without doing it. So, oops. All right, so this is talking about the formations. We'll discuss that soon. Don't worry. I'm not going to get into it right now. We'll discuss it soon. Zhang Fei is great to take here because we get 50% bonus vigor. So you'll see we're actually getting 3 vigor emblems because of Kenshin getting 50% bonus vigor emblems in that Dragon of Ichigo thing there. So we're going to grab Zhang Fei. So that is the wisdom. We only got 2 wisdom. I'll go ahead and grab them. At least grab Zhou Yu. Also give us a chance to show off what it looks like when... As you can see, I mean, Kenshin's so strong, he just eliminates the whole thing before we even see it. We're going for Bolt. So with elements, you want to kind of focus on one, especially in the beginning. Because you see here, we're getting... You only press X, once again, you get the Bolt attribute is applied to your Muso and Charge Attack starting at 4. All attributes are that way. And then you're getting bonus power for the attribute, bonus attack power for that attribute at 5, 8, and 16. 1, 5, 8, and 16, of course. So we're going to go for Bolt. I don't know how far we're going to get, but we're going to try it that way. So here you see we have someone that we don't have, Mitsunari Ishida. So if we were to take that person, we would only get the Vigor and we would not get any of the effects. We wouldn't get the actual characters. We're going to grab Zhou Yu. He's got 3 emblems. I'm going to go ahead and grab the other Wisdom person, just so we get it done, to be honest. And also, we'll know not to go for Wisdom next time. Yeah, we'll discuss formations soon enough and how to choose who's in your formation. Although early on, it's not going to be a big deal. Oops. Took a hit there. Yeah, I mean, you can see, like, I'm starting with 150 attack. On my other file, I start with 311 health. That's how much you get buffed. Raise our speed here. Speed is very important. They're saying that Inmo was saying that he could fight with us, but that's not needed. Cool. So if you complete a mission, which that just was, we get a special treasure chest. You can get unique weapons out of them, which would be great. So we're going to grab Lu Xun here, the other person there. Bolt Tree is great for us. We're focusing on Bolt, so we'll go for that. Alright, so his 2 is incredible. Yeah, this big giant flame tornado. You can already see, though, a difference in, we're already starting to see that the people are not dying instantly. This is Kenshin's effect. If you do his charge 3, it makes him big. And it's really good. So we're going to take Zhao Yun here, our last Bolt person. We're going to move him into a spot where we use more often, here on the 2. I want to summon him more often because he has Soaring Blade. So we want Soaring Blade to be summoned more often. How much fire do we have? Quite a lot. Let's go over there. I'll look for Guan Yu because he has Vigor. Yeah, so they're telling us to do a symbol. I'm not going to do it yet. Yeah, the symbol is like your special gauge in this game. I'm going to save it for the boss. I will do a Muso here to show you how strong Kenshin's Muso is. It's really good. Okay, I'm going to go for extend a symbol duration on that one. If you watched my build guide, I might have been saying to avoid certain emblems. Don't worry about that when you're first starting out. You know, take the strength for the defense. take, the other stuff I was saying not to take. Just don't worry about it as much. That was really for people that are more advanced, thinking about the game. So this bolt has no available heroes. We can't press Y. So we don't want to go in there. We want to get as many heroes as we can to help us have more options for who we're going to summon. Yeah. In the beginning, you really can't be picky and choosy about who you're taking and what emblems you're taking. The defense will be beneficial to you when you're first starting out because you have no extra defense. I only said to not really take it in the Ultimate Build Guide video because it's not as helpful for people that have been playing a long time. For a character like Kenshin, who's quite slow, 112 speed, we might take more speed emblems to help us get out of danger. Alright, so we've got a unique weapon for Guan Yinping, who we've not unlocked yet. You can get unique weapons for anyone, though, so that's a good thing to know. And let's put our money where our mouth is. Let's raise our speed by 25% with Hanzo Hattori. I'm going to go ahead and put Dazzling Bullets here, Sweeping Cyclone here, and April Showers here. Those are just the ones that I prefer to have. We're going to fight the boss. So what I would say is, when you're fighting the boss in this game, especially the first one, just be patient. If you've played Dynasty Warriors before, you're probably used to being able to, just attack as much as you want and not have to worry about anything. The bosses in this game, you really want to focus on avoiding their attacks and then breaking those gold states when you can, attacking when they're vulnerable, and really don't extend your combo like longer than 3. Unless he's doing that. If he's doing that attack, you can get away with it. So just keep in mind too, I'm a very experienced player. I've been playing a lot on this game. I might one cycle him here. In fact, I'm pretty certain that I will. You may not be able to do that on your first try, but they made Onigashira quite weak now. He used to be very difficult. Just remember to stay patient. Don't just attack for no reason. Avoid his attacks when you can. Use Kenshin. He's very, very good. Alright, so this is treasures, which they also call relics. You get after each boss. I'm going to go for... We don't really need a Shibi disc because we're not going to have enough, we don't have enough characters to reroll anyway. So I'm going to go for Painting of Canaan to give us a revival. Very interesting. So we're at level 7. We're getting close to the max level on this fresh file run. So we're about to run out of real estate, and as far as that goes. But yeah, hopefully I can get a unique tactic active so we can see how that works, right? I'm going to discuss it anyway after this fight. So obviously this is the second world, so there's 4 worlds total of 8 phases. And then bosses at the end of each phase. So we don't need to worry about the skill as much with a non-Dynasty Warriors character. I'm going to work on getting to a Muso attack if I can. I'm out of wisdom people, so that's something to consider. Yeah, so when they're glowing, their unique tactic is activated. So if you see that on the right where it's red, that means either that their unique tactic is active or that their summon skill is being buffed. We're going to go ahead and grab Gomen Ishikawa with World's Greatest Thief. He guarantees enemies with defeated with Muso attacks drop Tears of Blood. We will need Tears of Blood for King Cauldrons later. So when you're looking at this screen, the purple scroll means that their unique tactic is active. We're going to put him in right here. So let's take a look at Ina, for example. Ina says slightly charges Muso gauge when you attack enemies with shock. So those gray arrows that are going up on myself, on Kenshin, on Zhao Yun, and on Ina mean that her unique tactic, Lightning Arrow, will affect those characters. But it will only be in effect if she's one of the 6 characters in our formation. People on the bench still provide their emblems and their cards, but they don't apply their unique tactic effects. They have to be actually in your formation to apply that. So a lot of the game is deciding who you want, which unique tactic you want to be in your formation at a given time. There's only one Slay character. It is Jahaduna, who has Vigor, so we're going to go for that. Yeah, Dazzling Bullets, if you didn't notice, is very good. It makes a thing that flies around the arena, which is quite strong. So you can see there, we got all those Tears of Blood from Gomen Ishikawa by using our Muso attack. I'm grabbing Wisdom off our free emblem because we don't have any Wisdom left. So this increases attack by 100% for heroes with way in when attacking enemy barriers. We're going to grab that, and we're also going to put him in right away because that means that his Cleaving Blade will have 100% attack when attacking barriers. We're going to put him in for Zhou Yu, and we're going to put him on the 2. That'll be our boss killer, hopefully. We do have some skill remaining. I'm gonna go for it. I think it's worth going for. We don't have any more bolt people, but there is barrier damage to be found on skill, which is nice. So these are Memories of the Dead. There's basic things you can choose. I know what they all do. I'm gonna choose to reduce defense by 20% for 5 phases. The enemies are going to do more damage to us now, but I'm not worried about that. The big challenge, too, with starting out is your max level being 15. It isn't so much that they do much more damage and you don't do as much damage. That is an issue. But it's more the fact that you don't heal when you level up anymore, which is like a big deal. It's a big problem. Okay. More Karma Embers. That's nice. I'm going to go ahead and grab, any of them. I'll take Yukimura for the Flame. He also has Soaring Blade. Let's put him in for Zhang Fei. Alright. The red pulsing means it's a danger zone, means it's more dangerous. I do want the charm. I'm going to take that. Jinji also will have bonus attack when attacking barriers, but I forgot what her summon skill is because of Jahadun, because she's also Wei, right? So I'm going to remember what that is when I look at her and decide if we're going to put her in the formation or not. Just keep in mind, I know this looks like I'm tearing through this, but I have a lot more experience in this game. I'm using the best character in the game. And we're going to have a problem soon. Karma Members, which I just discussed with you. Karma Members is how you unlock new characters in the game. So her thing is Explosive Bullet, which will do more damage to barriers because she's also Wei. Let's put her in for... we'll take out Ina for now. Explosive Bullet is quite good. So Slay, we have no characters. So we don't want to go in there. We want to keep getting as many people as we can until we're out of people to add to our party. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and take the Karma Members, I guess. I'm not really going to... I probably won't use this file very much anymore, but maybe for something I will. Cool. Go ahead and do the Assemble. We can afford to. I'm going to keep taking the Wisdom because it's our only way to get it. And I think having more Wisdom will help us out. Wisdom is very strong. It affects your Muso attack power. Charm is very strong. It affects how strong you are during the symbol, which is very important. It can help you win a run. Let's see. Let's take the Wei Earthshatter Flame. And then he also will have bonus attack when attacking barriers. We'll put him in for Zhao Yun, I think. We got a lot of bolt. Nah, it's okay. It's okay. We have any speed people left? We do have one speed person. Zhang He and Kanochi. let's jump in there for them. I want to take the specific ones as often as I can, because then that's not a waste of a slot there, of a portal. That is, it's not a waste of a portal. If I went to like a blank one, then I might waste it, because I'll take something that I would have gotten a specific portal for later. That's my idea anyway. I'm trying to stretch out as long as I can. Alright, so this would give us 100% status infliction on Sonata, which you don't really care about, and increases her own summon skill, which is April Showers. Don't care about that very much either. We'll take her and just keep her out. So, our first King Cauldron is here. I'm going to hold off on it. Yeah. I'm gonna hold off on it because I don't think I have any good formations to check. I don't think they give you any formations. They might actually, now I'm thinking about it. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna clear Megadori though, so we'll just see how it goes. Great. So we're about to fight the boss again. We're gonna lean into our barrier damage on Jahadun. We're going to remember we have multiple evades as well. We're gonna grab Guan Yu here, yes, to keep taking vigor. I'm happy with our people, yes. Megadori's usually easier. We don't really have more attack right now than we did at the start. Like, our attack is 40%. Yeah, it's fine. It's not like great, but at least this is 0 traversal. So let's go ahead and see how we look here. Yeah, Cleaving Blade is crazy. That was the thing that Jahadun just did. So we're doing a lot of barrier damage. We'll have to see how it actually translates to regular health damage once we break the barrier. The way I usually do it is I break their barrier, and then I assemble as soon as the barrier breaks. And then I wait till they're about to get up, probably in this case, and then I'm going to Muso. So that way we get the maximum amount of damage on their health bar. Unfortunately, his barrier came back, or if I had timed it a little better, I might have been able to kill him in one hit, in one cycle, but that's okay. I believe the max level used to be 13 at the start, so they might have given a bit of a buff with that. This is the thing he never does, almost, the tornado. One of his only attacks that can actually get you. That attack right there is the best one to get him on, because he always flies past you once, and then on the second one you can wait for him at the end of it and just get him. Just get him. So that's the way to do that for sure. So second boss has been defeated. Doing decent, but you know, we're getting closer to that pesky max level 15, which is going to be a big problem. I think so. T-Caddy is not helpful. T-Kettle. We're going to take Imperial Seal. Charge the symbol by 30%. We take hits from enemies. Guarantees that we see danger zones, which is a little scary, but we'll be okay. We'll be okay. Yeah. So as far as like emblems to look for, definitely focus on one element at the start. Definitely get at least one speed, so you have invulnerable evade. And then honestly, I would say at this point, for new people, look for vigor emblems, because those attack buffs are going to be really nice. 80% is the last one at 12 vigor, which is really good. Because you may not have access to all of the really good unique tactics to buff your attack. So getting that vigor is going to be really nice, honestly. And then a little bit of wisdom, unless you can get wisdom-wise to buff your Muso attack, because that affects this bomb at the end of the assemble as well, which is great. Will help you clear stuff a lot easier. Goemon's unique tactic is incredible. It gives you more Tears of Blood. It's very easy to activate it. We're like, yeah, we have 5 characters left, so it doesn't really matter. We'll take one guy to start. Yeah, there's one skill left. There's no vigor left. I'm gonna keep taking the people that we actually have, and then we'll pick people just for the emblems, right? Yeah, we'll go for the maximum health increase here. That's very nice. We did get it, which is also great. That was one of the chance-based ones. You can see, though, the damage starting to become a bit of an issue. We did that huge attack in that corner. We only killed 17 people. That's why the Muso is good, though. It usually clears out mobs. And also your summon skills like Soaring Blade, which are super strong. I could also probably put in Zhao Yun again, because he has Soaring Blade. Yeah, sure. Let's just take... Yeah. We'll take Sun Sheng Shang. Yeah, I'm going to take out Genji for Zhao Yun. Okay. No one for Charm. No one for Flame. I think that going for Charm is the best here. Just a Charm emblem, basically. We're going to be jumping into a lot of trees now, just for the emblems. Because we've gotten all the characters almost that we have available to us at the start, which you may run into and you may not. That's okay though. That's also another reason that's really good to unlock more characters, right? So that you never run into that. So you always have somebody to unlock. If you do higher traversal too, there's a good chance that you'll not be able to. That they'll give people they'll show you people more often that you have not unlocked yet, which is pretty rough. I'm gonna take this 80% attack bonus. So it is not like it doesn't add on to, you don't get 20, 40, 80. You just get 80. You get 80% bonus attack, which is still really good for starting people. Doesn't matter what we take. We're just getting the Charm emblem. All right, so we have reached the highest level. We are at level 15. We cannot get any higher. We have reached our maximum potential. We also cannot heal from level up anymore, which is pretty brutal. Mitsuhide Akachi, though, does have a summon skill that heals us. So we should try to get him as soon as we can. And include him in our party. Cool. I'm focusing a lot on this. I don't know why. Like, it doesn't really matter. Like, we're, not in a good spot to win, but that's just kind of the nature of, I guess, being competitive with these type of games. Flame Power 3. I think I will take, because that would make Dian Wei pretty strong. Dian Wei's Earth Shatter would be pretty strong with that. Okay. I don't know what that was about. I don't really care. So Mitsuhide Akachi absorbs health from enemies with status ailments. Let's put that in for... I'd say Gomen now. We don't really need more card members anymore. We'll put it at the 4. And we'll just try to work that in if we can. Got 2 more ice people. We could have gone to the Peach Tree to get bonus health and heal, but... Let's go ahead and just finish off this, our little quest here. We did get a heal, very good. From our man, Mitsuhide Akachi. They were never on the same battlefield, I don't think. Kenshin and Mitsuhide, could be wrong, but to my knowledge, they were not. Okay. Go ahead and get a Muso off here. If I can get... I'm going to keep taking Vigor, because if I can get to 18, those slashing strikes are very good now. Okay, we only got one more character left. I'm going to go to the Charm. Oichi is just ice. Candidly, it's not very important to find it. We may have one more character besides her. I don't remember. Let's see what this emblem is. Okay, more wisdom. Very good. We're not doing bad here, but I think we're going to get to a point where it's going to be too much. Yes. Ooh, a lot of projectiles. Focusing on my Soaring Blade. Getting my Mitsuhide heal when I can. Very good. Okay. I wonder how it works with King Cauldrons. I want to see. I'm curious. Does it let you still get the people? No, it doesn't. Alright, so we'll grab Oichi. These... Okay, we have to unlock them in the Hall of Abundance. Okay, so we can get Crane Wing, which is nice. So let's go ahead and put that on. So it gives a 2% for every hero for Bolt. So Inma's recommendation, you might be tempted to do this. I would encourage you to not do it. I would encourage you to look at the unique types for yourself. You see those yellow arrows now? Those are the active effects. That means that they would affect that character. It's not too hard to figure out. I think really once you learn it yourself and kind of let yourself figure it out, you're going to be happier that you did and that you actually know what's going on. I would encourage not using your recommendation. Actually learn the unique tactics. The sooner you do it, the sooner you're going to learn the game and learn what builds you like to do and what you like about the game. So my biggest takeaway here is to not use Emma's recommendation. Take a look, figure out what you need for each unique tactic, what you need for to buff a summon skill, and in that way you'll learn who has what emblems. You'll learn which tree you should be going for in certain situations. It's just going to help you in the long run. I stood around like a silly guy and got hit for no reason, but that's okay. Tamahami is usually where a lot of my challenge runs at the beginning ended, but we're doing pretty good right now. I think that Crane Wing went a long way for us here. I'm going to do an early Muso and see if I can get him down in one cycle. It's going to be close, I think, with this bomb. Yeah, didn't quite get him. It's okay, though. We actually have pretty good barrier damage. Okay, we did actually get him. We one cycle. So that's really interesting. Very interesting. I won't say. I don't want to say I'm not going to do it and then I end up doing it. So I'm not going to take the Agarwood. Greenbag Book is really good for this. Yeah, we're gonna take that. So health rate increased by 50% and replenishes health by 10% when you activate a symbol. That is really, really good for this specific build. So an ice emblem is not ideal for us here. Because you don't get any of the bonus emblems the character has. Like, you just get the emblem that the tree is representing. So you won't get, like if you saw Cao Cao in here, you wouldn't get Wisdom, Charm, and Ice. You only get the Ice. You don't get the benefit of all of his emblems. You have to actually have them unlocked to get the full benefit of it. This kind of shows, too, like, the game now being overall a little bit easier. Because my first run I think I ever did on this, for this game, I lost at Megadori, I think, with Jahadun. But your first run will not look like this. Just don't be discouraged by losing. This is a true roguelite. You need to unlock more characters before you can really start getting deep into runs and succeeding. I'm using the best character you can possibly use at the start. I encourage you to also use him. He's crazy. Like, all this is level 15 is pretty wild. So you see, yes, also what I said exactly. We only get ice. So one more wisdom. The summon skill shots. I actually really like that. We're going to take that. Although I think I have... How much... Okay. Only have 3 strength. When you get to 5 strength, you get endure, which allows you to withstand attack that deplete HP health to 0 once every 5 minutes. Which means like you'll go to 1 health and not die once every 5 minutes, right? Which is very good. If you can get that going, it's really nice. So if I see that and I have no other good options, I'll probably take it. Yeah, Green Bag Book is really good here. Yeah, we're getting this much healing is really, really nice. Okay. I forgot to go to my little spot on this map. There's a courtyard out the other direction that makes it a lot easier. Here, I'll show you guys. When you find this board, it's really annoying fighting them on this little tiny, like, dock. But if you go over here, it seems like a long way now, but it's more fun, trust me. 30 seconds left on this challenge. They all spawn in this courtyard. And it's just way easier to take them out here. In my opinion. Just avoid the purple stuff, man. Yeah. Bolt power. I think bolt power is going to be good here. For Zhao Yun, right? Yeah, take the wisdom here for summon skill shots, which means, like, obviously the number of shots that come out when you do a summon. I should have done the mission. That was a mistake. I'm going to look for getting the increase of summon skills. Lost some max health. That stings. That stings quite a bit. We got the same board here. Let's go out to the courtyard this time so I can show you it. How much easier it is out here. Yeah, see how many more people there are in a wider area out here. Got over 1 million damage on that one. Pretty good. Now, the game's going to tell you to look for like battle power and stuff in your formation. I don't even look at it. I don't even look at battle power. I make my own formations. I decide, you know, what's giving me barrier damage, what's giving me flat attack buff. You know, if I need healing, what's healing me? What is buffing my attribute? So here we have a choice. I'd really like to get strength, I believe. Yeah. Although the launching strikes is pretty cool. I feel like the endure is like my best chance to possibly win. Let's do that. Just because it's kind of funny. Yeah. We'll try that out. See if we can actually win this run, which would be pretty wild. I'll take the attack for 4 phases. That's fine. Does just show you the power of, you know, the strong characters that we told you guys about, you know. makes a big difference when you're using someone that's actually really good. Oops. I also have my revival. Oops. That was a big hit I just took. Of course, I talking up myself, and then I get clocked a few times. That's very par for the course. Okay. Yes, Emma, thank you. We know. I'm gonna look for strength again. Okay, cool. We got the endure. Charm, I think, is not really helping very much right now. I mean, it would reduce, increase symbol gauge charge amount. Let's just do it then. You know, just do it. It's pretty good. Formation slot bonus effects, yes. That seems good. Can't get hit though. If I get hit, I'm gonna use my endure hit. I'm taking 72 damage per hit, so now we're safe to take one attack. Rather not though, obviously. Yeah, your symbol just helps you a lot, like clear stuff more safely. So again, don't be afraid to use it on low phases. At phase 7 of 8, you probably shouldn't be using your symbol because you want to save it for the bosses. Other than that, though, don't be afraid to use it. Okay. Yeah, we're going to take more charm here because then we'll get a better buff here. Oh. I'll let him hit me. Oof. Forgot how good his charge 5 is off of his hyper attacks. That's crazy. So, at 8 skill, the Samurai Warrior characters get all elements applied to their divergent attacks. Divergent attacks have the same thing as normal attacks. Right there. Right there, the hyper attacks. So the X attacks, it's off the YYX, right? Is divergent attacks instead of hyper attacks. So same principle. Just that instead of getting new those unique attacks the Dynasty Warriors characters get, they get all elements applied to their divergent attacks on their hypers. So that which is pretty good. It's very underrated. It's quite strong. Cool. We're gonna get more summon cooldown reduction. Not bad. Not gonna go for skill, I don't think, because I mean raise attack speed is pretty good. I'll take that. I'll entertain that. Let's go ahead and assemble first. Just get it going there. Yeah, let me know if you have any questions in the comments on this video. Did my best to keep it kind of simple here in the beginner video, but if anything came up during the run or any other questions you had, feel free to ask me. Love to help you out there. I hope this is kind of just a good guide for, you know, what you should be looking for at the start, unlocking characters first primarily, and then moving on to getting unique weapons. We didn't really discuss, but unique weapons are really good too. I would say spending the embers to get your favorite character's unique weapon is going to be beneficial for you in the long run, making them stronger overall. But get all the characters first. That'd be my advice. You're going to pick up quite a lot of unique weapons as you play through the game, unlocking everyone, and then you can go back through and get some unique weapons that the people you really want. So that should be kind of your focus when you're first starting out. And just remember too, you know, don't get discouraged if you are losing. If you want to use this, you know, guide as a good first build, I think it's obviously pretty good based on how I'm doing. But it's not by any means what you need to do in order to succeed in this game, period. So there's plenty of combinations. You may have a character you love that we didn't even mention as a good starting character, and they may really resonate with you. So feel free to let me know in the comments who you think I missed in the discussion of who the best are, and we will discuss down there. Love being in the comments, for sure. Made it this far to the video and you learned something. I hope you did. Please consider subscribing and liking the video. Those all both really helped me out a lot. And so yeah, just comment how you're feeling. Love to hear from you. Yeah, so applies attributes to diversion attacks. Anything better? Maybe strength. Or vigor. Yeah, getting... Okay, so do I want 30% more defense? I think so. I think defense is correct. Anything I want to move around here? I don't think so. I think I like all of this the way it is. We got the barrier. We're relying on Jahadun barrier damage primarily for the Wei characters that we have. This is the Veteran Warrior, the Tadakatsu Honda clone boss. I would say he's probably a little bit easier than the Lubu version. They both can be challenging, though. A lot of the bosses is learning their attacks, you know? And that's where I have a really big advantage over new players. And why this seems to be going so well is because I know these characters. I know the bosses at this point. I'm not sure how I ducked that one, but I will take it. Oops, didn't duck that one. Or that one. Took some risks there. It was not ideal. Okay, we do have our symbol here. Those golden effects too, it does also break their barrier by a little bit. That's why it's also really good to do them. Okay, we're going to get healed a little bit by activating our symbol there. I'm going to Muso early to do as much damage as I can. Hopefully get him below half. Didn't quite get there. He's gonna summon some ads now. Not ideal. I do have 2 dodges, which is good. Now our symbol is already charged again. I'm going to go ahead and use it to heal. A new emblem. More range or shock, probably. I'm going to say range. There is a attack up there. I'm going to grab that before I start doing my Muso finisher. Going to be pretty close here, I think, to be honest. Once the Soaring Blade goes off with Xiao Yun and the Cleaving Blade, no. I did miss with Jahadun, unfortunately. The ads are very beneficial in this fight because they help you charge your stuff back. More quickly. We have a pretty good chance getting to Goma here. We probably will get to Goma, to be honest with you, to be candid. Pretty crazy. Not what I thought was going to happen. I thought for sure we were going to lose. We still are going to have to beat Goma, which is no small feat. Get a little bit of a refund here on our symbol gauge, which is very nice. We are lower health, but Greenback Book is doing some heavy lifting. Like, healing every time we activate a symbol is very nice. We can't buy anything in here, I don't think. Deer Antler is 5% defense for bolt emblems instead of attack. We're only getting, how much? Like 12% attack? Yeah. 12% attack off of that. I think we're gonna take Deer Antler and we're gonna use it. Yeah, that seems like the right thing to do. Because that's 30% bonus defense. And we'll do it like this and that to maximize the damage of those for way barrier damage. Okay. This is Goma, the final boss. Did not expect to do that in the beginner guide video where we're level 15 at the max. But we're just built different, I guess. It's really just the barrier damage we have off of Way. These little traps, you can kind of just like walk through them. That helps you out. Yeah, just built different. Did not intend to almost beat the final boss. We got our Endure hit as well as the Revival from Painting of Cannon as well. That was a very silly hit that I just took. You can see, though, how much more his barriers are. They really don't want you to win this early. It's going to be a bit of attrition here, to be sure. It's okay, though. We're just going to focus on our stuff here. We're going to get 2 big hits, and then we'll do a Muso finisher to maximize the damage on the health bar. Get him below health, below half, so we have to do 2 cycles only. So that's good, right? But we're still going to be here for a minute. All right. It's been pretty crazy if I manage to do this on a fresh file. So if we get wind applied, I think we do it. Lower their defense if we have it active. I think that's pretty good. So yeah, important to remember. You know, we don't have things like Zhang Fei's. The only unique tactic we have active on our formation right now is Jaha Dunes, because we don't have enough stuff for everybody else. We don't have Zhuge Liang unlocked. We need for Indomitable Spirit. We don't have enough Wei for Dian Wei. We don't have 8 Flame. We could have gotten it maybe for 6 Twin Crest. So we're only using the one we have, which was the barrier damage for Wei, which is working, obviously. But yeah, definitely did not intend to fully beat it here. But that is how it goes, I guess, when you've been playing for 290 hours on your other file. And I've done some pretty wild stuff, you know, on that file, so maybe I'm just kind of used to super challenging things like this. Doesn't affect me as much. We got some really good attacks that time, so we're actually going to destroy him without having to do our Muso finisher. So we'll get the refund on the symbol gauge. There is also a true form of Goma, and then a ruinous form of Goma at Traversal 6. So we will go here for the true form of Goma defeat. It will take a little bit longer. He's going to have, I think, probably a little bit more health. Read a little, actually a lot. Ooh, 100 damage. Just laziness too right there. I could have easily avoided that. I just thought I could run out of it. Do it again. Thank you. Every time we get one of those gold pops, we reduce his barrier by a little bit more. Alright. Let's see what he's got for us. Oh, he's gonna pop out of the ground again. Cool. Oh, I thought he was gonna do a radiating pulse on that one. I know he doesn't. Okay. Let's see if we're going to need 3 or 4 cycles here. I'm pretty sure it's going to be at least 3. The way I time it is I try to do 2 of the like strong charge attacks that I'm going for. For Kenshin I'm doing charge attack 5. So X X X Y Y, and then I pull the trigger on the a symbol Muso. We're gonna clear out the Sin Spewers just to help us out a little bit. This is a new attack he does. It's a big old laser. It's very nice. It gives us a lot of time to do whatever we want, really, as long as we're out of the way of it. It's a new attack that they added. If he does that attack for you, it's a good thing. It gives you time to relax, plan your next move. Okay, this attack looks bad, but as long as you're close to him, the lasers move pretty slowly, and you can just walk next to them. Just get right next to him on that attack, and then you'll be safe. This one I usually just run away from because it's really annoying. You can kind of like space them to dodge them, but it's really easy to lose focus and get hit by that attack. So I usually just fully avoid it. That attack is you just dodge away. I mean, whatever. That one too, you just dodge away. That one is my bad for not dodging. I don't know what's going to happen here. You just dodge through that radiating pulse, obviously. Okay, where he's doing the lasers again, that's fine. A little spooky, but that's okay. They slow down early, too, so you can kind of time it. Cool. Alright. Get right in his face. Do our little two for there, and then we go for the Muso finisher. We will need the 3rd cycle to fully win, but that's okay. I did like 6 or 7 cycles the other night for Ruinous Goman. It took way longer because he's very, very scary. He does 3 charges on this attack. You just kind of wait him out, and you can dodge at the last second or kind of whatever you want. It's not a big deal. It's pretty easy to dodge, to be honest. Doing the orbs once again, very annoying. You can't break those solid orbs. You can break most other orbs, but not the solid ones that the Sin Spewers spew out as well. And they will always spew them out in during boss fights and danger zones. The Sin Spewers will use those opaque blobs that you can't take out yourself. So, revivals, like with Painting of Canaan, or Canaan, in this game are way better because it's not like Hades where you revive with like, 20% health or something. You revive with full health. So it's just a full health. So it's actually really good to take early when you're first starting out, if you're getting close especially, because it might be all you need to fully win. But yeah, I mean, if you want to do exactly what I'm doing during this video, I mean, it's working. So, but you're not gonna know the bosses. That's the biggest thing that's helping me out on this run, and that's letting me about to beat it on a fresh file is that I know the bosses. So don't be discouraged by seeing me do this, because I was able to dodge every boss attack. I got hit like not even number of fingers and toes on this run. We're gonna have to break his barrier again, so that's, you know, on me for celebrating too early. But that's okay. More time for us to talk, more time for me to tell you that you probably will not have this success on your first run. You also could choke the way I just did. But still got our painting, still got our endure hits, all that stuff. Even with that hit, we have our endure hit remaining. I was hoping I would lose more earlier so that I wouldn't have to you know, explain so much about, you know, hey, don't be too discouraged. Look, see, I lost too, but nature of the game, you know. Knowing the bosses. So we do use our revival though. So there you go. You know, I mean, I think just yapping. But then, I mean, you know, I was demonstrating the revival mechanic. That's why I died there. If anyone asks. So yeah. We are in a position now to actually win. Yeah, this is gonna be the doom of Goma, his laser. We were literally one hit away from winning before, so we did end up beating it on our first attempt. That will likely not happen for you, but that's Warriors Abyss. I mean, you know, once again, we're going to take a look here at the post-mortem on the clear screen. You're going to get the credits, too, at the end. Yeah, so 52 minutes, 16 vigor, very good. 342,000 battle power, pretty awesome. Gotta say, you know, getting the clear on the first run on a fresh file is, I did not think I could do that. So we did it. So there's all this other stuff that's available here. I don't want you to worry about that. Don't worry about these new modes, all that stuff. Just go in here to the Hall of Bonded Souls and unlock people. They're telling us that when they have the explanation points over them, you get bonus levels if you do that, if you unlock them. So let's just see if, like, 14,000 Tears of Blood. But what would be the ideal path to take through here? Let's go Zhao Yuan. Let's go reroll chances. Yue Jin. I'm looking for Kai. I'm going to take on... Let's go quick summons. Those are really good to have. Let's use summon people with right bumper during a charge attack. It's really good. I'll take Ryza. That's one of the new people they added. We're going to grab Kai. I just want to see if I could get all the way to Hojo and having both of them. So we're going to go Gracia. Yeah, Gracia is easier. Less our Embers. Sao Ren. More recovery from Peach Trees. And we are 200 off from Hojo. So we'll go ahead and just, like I said, focus up on getting Wei people. Zushu has Wei and Shu, so we'll grab that. Anybody else jumping out to me? We could grab Neomasa. Jashu. Other Wei person. Yeah. 25 embers left, so we did it. We spent out our car members. That would be kind of my example of the places I would go as a new character, a new player getting over to Kai. So you have her available for Hojo's Colors of the Five Forces, and then using a Brave General to get 100% barrier damage on Brave Generals. And then you're right there for Cao Cao, who's very strong, right there for Nobunaga. And then you can push on up here to the really good people. So I think I'm going to call it there for the beginner guide. But once again, guys, thanks so much for watching. Thank you again to Whole Train for his help. And I hope you learned something. If you did, once again, consider subscribing. Really appreciate it. We will see you guys tomorrow. And thanks so much. All right. Take care.